Hi, this is Devin and Ambreen, and we are here today to give you some tips on healthy shopping and healthy eating. We are here at the Weiss grocery store in Hummelstown, PA. And first tip for today is make sure you come with a list. Coming prepared helps you save money, helps you not buy extraneous things, and helps you stay focused.
Another shopping tip is when you start shopping in the grocery store, start at the perimeter of the grocery store. This is the area where you have less processed foods. The center aisles have more processed foods. This is the area where you have your fruits, vegetables, eggs, meats, and dairy. And when you're shopping, make sure that you have half of your cart full of fruits and vegetables, just like your plate, which is meant to be half fruits and vegetables.
So while you're shopping the perimeter of the grocery store, you're going to come across the bread and sweets section. It would be best to avoid as much of these as possible unless you can find something with whole grain that's more heart healthy, because these products tend to be higher in sugar and therefore not as healthy for you.
When you shop for protein, make sure you buy lean protein. Lean protein consists of seafood, poultry without skin, and boneless poultry. Even if you want to have red meat, you can have red meat. Just make sure you're buying leaner versions of red meat. And we are not discouraging you from having red meat. Make sure that when you're having red meat, you're having it once a week.
Another tip when you're shopping in the dairy section, try to avoid the higher fat dairies. Go for low fat milk, and if you're looking for an alternative to milk, you can choose an almond milk or a different kind of nut milk. Just make sure that it's going to be fortified with calcium and vitamin D. If you'd like to pick up a juice, make sure that the juice you select is fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Also, you can see these options right here on the label. And keep in mind that juices are high in sugar. When we look at the sugar, we're looking at carbohydrates here and the total sugars of 22 grams. So we're not suggesting that you shouldn't be drinking juice, but certainly limit it to maybe 8 ounces per day.
Another option is to have some frozen vegetables in your freezer. They are really good alternatives to fresh vegetables. You can use these and put them in the microwave and steam them, and use them with any kinds of meats, rice, whole grain rice. Another tip is to have whole grain bread rather than white bread. The reason is that whole grain bread has more fiber in it, it takes longer time to digest, which gives you more energy, and it is good for your gut bacteria. So overall, you should have more whole grains such as whole grain bread, whole grain rice, and whole grain pasta. While we encourage shopping in the perimeter, which has healthier products such as fruits and vegetables, shopping in the center aisles is also good because you can find some healthy products here, such as canned products, which are consistent of beans. You also find dried fruit here, and you find gems like nuts such as almonds and dates. Almonds and dates can be a very good combination for a quick snack because it gives you protein and carbohydrate in one snack.
When you're shopping, you might be tempted to buy a cereal that looks like this one. It's colorful, it's fun, it tastes great, but it's full of added sugars. We're going to compare this cereal to a Cheerios and show you why this one is a better option for you. If we take a look at the nutrition labels, just moving down the list, for the calories, we have 140 calories for 1 cup for the Fruity Pebbles and 140 calories for 1.5 cups for the Cheerios. So already you're getting more cereal for less calories. Moving down the list, if we look at the total carbohydrates and fiber, there's no fiber in the Fruity Pebbles, but there's 4 grams of fiber in the Cheerios. Looking at total added sugars, there's 12 grams of added sugars in the Fruity Pebbles and only 2 grams in the Cheerios. Additionally, we want to look at things like protein. So here for the Fruity Pebbles, it's only 1 gram, and for the Cheerios, it's 5 grams. And lastly, something we'd like to point out is the iron. Iron is something that people can be deficient in, and for the Fruity Pebbles, we're only looking at 1 milligram of iron, or 6% of your recommended daily value, and with the Cheerios, you're getting 12.6 milligrams, or 70% of your recommended daily value. So overall, the Cheerios are a better option. Like Ambreen said, shopping in the centered aisles is fine. You just want to limit what you buy to things that are less processed and healthier. So dates and nuts are a great option. And you can also buy things like chips and pretzels. Just make sure when you get home, you portion them out to the serving size that's listed on the nutrition label. That way you don't overeat. Okay, so to recap some of the things we went over. When you come to the store, make sure you're coming with a list. A list will help keep you focused and keep you from buying things you don't necessarily need or want. Make sure you're shopping the perimeter of the store. The perimeter is where you're going to find things like your fruits and vegetables, your meats, your dairies, and your eggs. When you're shopping for your meats, make sure you pick lean meats. Boneless, skinless chicken breast is a great option, also seafoods. When you're looking at your milks, try to grab low-fat milks. If you want an alternative to milk, a nut milk is a great option. Just make sure it's fortified with calcium and vitamin D. When you're looking at juices, even though we want to limit the juices because of the sugars, pick ones, if you can, with calcium and added vitamin D as well. When you're looking at things like breads, pastas, and rices, pick ones that are whole grains. Those are going to be more heart healthy and keep you fuller longer. When you're looking at snacks, dates and nuts are a great snack option. Also, if you're going to grab some pretzels or some crackers, make sure you portion those out so that you're not overeating and you're sticking with the serving sizes recommended on the box. When you're looking at things like cereals, also check the nutrition label. Look for things with less added sugar. Look for things with higher fiber. And lastly, when you're looking at things like frozen vegetables, grab the ones that are easy to steam in the bag. Those will be super great when you can just get home, throw them in the microwave, and have a dinner that's ready.